The BMW 750 Li X-Drive is one of the few cars I refer to as tear-stained keys, meaning I really hated to give it back. When I posted a picture of my weekly ride on Facebook, one of my friends wrote, "Nice piece of iron." Another wrote, "You don't mind if I borrow that for the weekend?" Funny how I don't get that reaction when I post cars that don't cost as much as a condo. But you know what? It's worth it. The BMW 750 Li X-Drive not only does everything, it does everything so well and looks so good doing it that you'd be jealous if it was a person. I stopped to get my haircut during the week that I had the 7. My barber, who's very into cars, came out to marvel at the Teutonic Triumph, looked inside, and said, "How are you going to keep that clean?" My answer, "Don't go to the garden store with this car." So 2 days later, I found myself driving home with a rubber tree plant in the back seat. Luckily, I didn't have to make any sudden stops. That reminds me that leather seats are always easier to keep clean than cloth. That's something I always tell people who have kids. The extra money for leather may be worth it, especially if you're going to lease. The 7 Series has the effortless power and agility that makes the 7 Series what it is, simply an uncompromising vehicle. Depending upon your mood, you can dial between sports car and limousine. The 445 horsepower twin-power turbo V8 will get you from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, according to AOL Autos. But unlike some other cars in this class, there's no gas guzzler charge on this flagship. One of the ways BMW saves fuel in the 7 Series is that it has auto stop-start. Under normal load conditions, the engine turns itself off at stoplights and then starts back up again when you take your foot off the brake. Other car companies have done a better job with this technology. I had a few pucker-inducing moments at stoplights when I wanted to turn the steering wheel and the power steering didn't immediately engage. Now, this only happened when I still had my foot on the brake. If, for example, my wheels were facing straight when I got to the light, but I decided I wanted to make a right on red after I came to a stop. If I pulled hard enough on the steering wheel for the big BMW to get the idea that I meant business, it did fire back up, even with the brake pedal depressed. While I found it rather disconcerting, it didn't bother me enough to hit the switch under the start-stop button, which disengages the auto-stop feature. The reason I didn't turn it off was I didn't want to use any more gas than necessary. The 2013 750 Li X-Drive gets 16 miles per gallon in the city and 24 on the highway. At no time while driving the all-wheel drive sedan did I feel like I was giving anything up, including the rear-wheel bias that so many people have. I also didn't have to worry about bad weather. The BMW was as sure-footed as a mountain goat, but much more elegant. The economist Andrew Tobias once said, "Be careful because luxuries once sampled become necessities." On that list would be the ceramic controls that are part of the $4,800 executive package. You probably never knew you needed the cool touch of ceramic knobs until you felt it, and afterwards, well, everything else just feels like cheap plastic. Ditto for the Alcantara headliner and the heads-up display. Curiously, I found that certain types of sunglasses obscured the heads-up display. I'm assuming it has something to do with polarization. The rear seat entertainment system has 2 screens. The aft cabin also has ventilated and massaging seats. The only thing the back seat didn't have was a view of the sky, meaning the sunroof in the BMW was the size of, well, a sunroof, instead of the skylight roofs that are more common in today's high-end automobiles. Some purists don't like sunroofs at all because they add weight to the car in general and the roof in particular, which may affect the overall balance. The 2013 BMW 750 Li X-Drive sedan starts at $93,000. The price as tested, which included the $4,800 executive package with power rear sunshades, which are designed to shield a baby or other backseat passenger from harsh sunlight, are actually quite useful in muting bright headlights behind you at night. Front ventilated seats and those ceramic knobs I now want on every car. The $3,700 luxury rear seating package includes a massaging rear seat, active roll stabilization, which helps keep the body flat even on hard cornering, $3,700 for the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and a lot of other stuff. The total price as tested for the 2013 BMW 750 Li xDrive was a little over $122,000. I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.